Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. Welcome to this series for the last lab for TISSNET 2022. And this is the eighth day of the series. We've already had 7 wonderful sessions. And today also we will be discussing current affairs. Right? We had a couple of sessions. One was on sports, then another one was on uh, your appointments and awards and honors. Today we will be doing national and international affairs. Okay, so what are the important events that happened globally and in India? So we shall be discussing those events and we shall have a short quiz sort of thing at the end of this. Okay, so good evening all. Welcome to the session. I hope you are doing good. And you must have seen your admit card also, so you know where your examination center is, right? uh, have you downloaded your admit cards? I'm sure you must have seen that where is your center and all those things, right? So it's just the last few days left. On 5 days, on 26th you have the examination, so it's important to just go through some quick facts. So for that we brought up the series, the last minute preparation source. Okay, so today we'll be discussing some national and international events that happened over the past 6 months. And so generally that is the time frame. There might be some incidents which might be asked like 1 year back or so, but that would be a rare, right? So see, if you put the same energy for reading for 6 months and the same energy for the next 6 months. So let's say you have 15 questions on current affairs. Out of that, at least 11 to 12 will be within the last 6 months from the examination, and then maybe 2 3 questions from the next 6 months. So it's not worthy to put that much effort to read current affairs for 1 year. 6 months current affair is perfectly fine. So we have 2 more sessions to go. Tomorrow also we shall have another session on current affairs. Then we will have a number series. Okay. All right, so let's start today's session. I hope you are already excited about this session. So please do like the session if you enjoy it. So we'll start with the international affairs, some important international happenings that took place in the past 6 7 months, and that could probably be asked in the examination. Okay, based on the type of questions that we have seen in the past. So, first is about this foreign minister of Maldives, Abdullah Shahid. He became the president of United Nations General Assembly. So every year the president changes. So he is the current president. So if you talk about some like some recent appointments, etc. Okay, so you can get probably a question from this. Okay. Next, this question was asked in one of the examinations. I'm not getting whether it was in IFT or in ZAD. I think this was asked in IFT, if I'm not wrong, about this Pakistani climber, right? They asked him that which country does he belong to. So, Shehroz Kasif, he became the youngest person in the world to climb Mount K2. That is the second highest peak in the world. So this question was asked. Now, people might not have read such a news or not paid much attention to it, right? So it was asked that which country does he belong to, and I remember the options also. One was Pakistan, one was in India, another option was Bangladesh, and another some neighboring country itself. Okay, so this was a question that was asked in IFT, and we have seen that at times these questions repeat. Okay, I mean, a question asked in one of the examinations might be asked in another examination. So I would request you to go through the papers of ZAT, IFT, because these are the papers that had GK. Okay, so go through IFT, and IFT there were 2 slots this year. It was conducted twice because some of the states were suffering from cyclone on the on the east side, especially in West Bengal, Odisha, and some parts of Andhra. So it was conducted again. So just go through the questions over there as well, right? So because there is a possibility that 1 or 2 questions might strike from that. Okay. All right, the next important thing was WHO created a new advisory group, right? They might ask you the full form. right? Scientific advisory group for origin of novel pathogens. In order to read about these pathogens, right, COVID, this coronavirus, and all those such viruses and all. Okay, so scientific advisory group of origins of novel pathogens. So the name is SAGO. Then important thing, right? These are some record things related to record and all, right? So if there are some records, some achievements, some new monument which has been created, right, which hold some importance, those are the likely things that you get in the examination, right? The world's largest and tallest observation wheel in Dubai, unveiled in Dubai. Okay, so its height is 250 meters. Dubai is famous for many of the largest things of the world. So, in Dubai, that is the largest observation wheel, height of 250 meters. Okay, let's look at some more things. World's first fossil-free steel manufactured in Sweden. Okay, so list of first, like what are the things that you should focus on when you read about these news and all records, like list of firsts, some first thing happening globally, or some records being created, like some new monument, or some any other record, be it at the personal level, or be at a country level, right? Those are the things that hold importance. Okay, so it uses hydrogen breakthrough iron making technology, right, instead of using coal. So that is the first fossil free steel manufactured in Sweden. Next is China, Mongolia, Pakistan, and Thailand. Right? So these four countries, like you have Quad countries, India, Australia, US, and Japan. So these are a sort of another four group of countries: China, Mongolia, Pakistan, and Thailand. They participated in a training exercise called Shared Destiny. This exercise was hosted by China. They might ask you the names of the four countries that were a part of this shared destiny, uh, like military exercise. Bangladesh and UAE have become new members of New Development Bank. Okay, so New Development Bank, I'm sure if you have read about it, it is by BRICS countries. Okay, so initially there were five members. It was formed in 2015 by BRICS countries, so Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So Bangladesh and UAE have become new members. So now the number is seven, and these are also prospective members. They have been approved, right? They have certain terms. So once they fulfill those, uh, 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 once they meet those criteria, also they will also be included as the members. Or these are also certain to happen. It's just that the official thing is pending. So these are the new members of Asian Development Bank, a new development bank. Okay, so this is by BRICS countries. All right, so let's see some more things. Right, Cuba is the first country to begin vaccinating toddlers. Okay, so again, as I said, that list of firsts. So some thing happening for the first time. Okay, so countries generally do not like in all the countries, like including India, you see mostly that adults are being vaccinated, right? So India started for 15 to 18, but no country has done for toddlers. So this is Cuba is the first country to start vaccinating toddlers up to 2 years of age. Then there is a trilateral security partnership between US, UK, and Australia named AUKUS. Australia, UK, and US. Okay, so if they ask that what are the three countries of AUKUS, that is Australia, UK, and US. So these kind of some uh, like some trilateral or quadrilateral agreements between countries, some military exercises being performed are the things that are sometimes asked in the exams. Now, Iran became the ninth member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So, important news. Things related to some organizations, some new country being added. So, see, especially in those cases where the number, like there was just one addition, also you will get a question, right? If there are, let's say, many countries being added in the past 3 4 months, so that won't be of importance. Like for example, you must have read somewhere that International Solar Alliance, this country became 101st member, 102nd member, 103rd. That won't be asked. But if something, a country, like let's say just one or two countries happening and the addition is just once in the last few months, those are the things that you can get in the examination. Okay. Okay, so this is again an interesting news, maybe about something that was set up. So Bitcoin founder Satoshi Nakamoto. So this is not some person, right? His identity is secret, but he calls him by the name Satoshi Nakamoto. He's considered the founder of Bitcoin. Okay, and it has been in news recently, Bitcoins, right? So you might so there was a statue of this person. You can search in Google and get the see the statue also how it looks like. It was unveiled in Budapest, the capital of Hungary. Next, let's look at some more things. The German rail operator Deutsche Bahn and industrial group Siemens on Monday revealed the world's first automated driverless train in Hamburg. Okay, so world's first. So they might ask about the country, so Germany. In emergency in Ecuador, they might ask about the president name. So many times you wonder that why do they ask the president of a particular country? The reason could be president or prime minister. They could ask because of that, because of the reason that this country was in news, right? So this he declared a 60-day state of emergency. So Ecuador, the capital is Quito. Okay, so that also you should no, so sometimes they ask about the capitals of these countries or about the leaders of these countries, wherein some important happenings have happened. Let's say some country involved in some civil war or something like that. Okay, so Guillermo Lasso is the president of Ecuador. So he declared a 60-day emergency because of high rate of crime related to trafficking of drugs. All right. Okay, so India, Israel, UAE, and US they have decided to launch a quadrilateral economic forum. Okay, which is which is under process, right? So they might be launching it soon. Then Trump, right? This was announced way back, but today it was launched. So 21st February, I think, is the launch date of this Truth Social. I was reading about it. Right. So Donald Trump, he was banned from Facebook and Twitter. You all know that, right? He was banned from the. So he decided his company, which is Trump Media and Technology Group, they decided to launch a social media platform, Truth Social, for like freedom of speech, because he himself was banned from the major social media sites. So he decided to launch something on his own. So Truth Social is the name of that social media site. Then there is Turkey, Jordan, and Mali. They were added to the grey list of Financial Action Task Force. Now, Financial Action Task Force (FATF) is related to basically illegal use of money for terrorism. Okay, so Pakistan is also in this list. So presently there are 21 countries, right? But this can go up and down, right? Maybe some country improves, right? They stop doing those suspicious activities. They are removed. Okay, but so these were the three countries that were added. So they might ask for Turkey, right? So gray list. So let's say that's a spot that these are the gray countries. Okay, under the Financial Action Task Force. South Korea tested its first homegrown space rocket named Nuri. So they're also progressing towards this space expeditions. Indo-Canadian Anita Anand appointed Canada's defense minister. I think we discussed this yesterday also when we talked about your recent appointments, right? So do read about Indians abroad. If they had some, if they were appointed, right, or some like if they got some award or they were appointed somewhere. Now these could be Indian origin, NRIs, anything, right? So especially uh, this has been a trend that examinations do ask questions on such Indians, right? If they achieve something. South Korea inaugurated world's largest hydrogen cell fuel power plant, right? Uh, so it is in South Korea, this hydrogen fuel cell power plant. So again, something that is a record holding thing for list of first, those are the things that are asked. Okay, WHO approved Bharat Biotech's Covaxin. Okay, earlier, there was this news that okay, people who had Covaxin are not allowed to travel abroad because it was not approved by WHO, right? So it was finally approved by WHO. So they might ask you that who developed Covaxin? So Bharat Biotech, Indian, it was developed in India. So maybe some of you might have got the dose of Covaxin as well, and even I got vaccinated through Covaxin. Okay, so that might be asked about this. Let's see some more facts. So you must have heard of this that it was during Diwali. There was a bill introduced in US for making it a national holiday. So this is the name of the lawmaker if they ask. So there are some random questions also which are put up in the examination. So this could be one probable question that who is the person responsible for launching this bill? Just give name of this. And Yahoo stopped its services in China. Okay, after like for so many years it was there. Then because of cyber security threat, it stopped its operations. Then this was asked in IFT also, and I remember discussing the same thing in one of the sessions before IFT. Right, we used to have a Menti quiz. Right, we discussed that, and it was asked in IFT Lot 2, which was held in 22nd, 23rd December or some. That was the special examination that was conducted the second time. And so this was a question asked in this that which country unveiled a commemorative coin celebrating the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi. It was launched during Diwali. So £5 coin. Okay, so I had asked this question in one of the Menti quizzes, if anyone remembers, and if someone happened to write this test or got to see the paper, must have seen that this question was asked there. So there's these kind of things like some commemorative coins being launched, some Indian leader being awarded abroad hold importance for the examination. Okay, so you all must be knowing Omicron, right? You should know its the name also. Maybe they ask about Omicron. What is the nomenclature of this, right? And Omicron is a Greek alphabet. It's a 15th Greek alphabet. You must have heard of alpha, beta, gamma, delta. So Omicron is the 15th Greek alphabet. So if they ask that what is Omicron, right, which alphabet or kind of thing, so you must be knowing that yes, that's a Greek alphabet. So all these variants of COVID-19, earlier it was alpha, beta, okay, gamma, delta. So there have been some more. So Omicron is also named on that, and this is the nomenclature, the name that they give for the virus. So South Korea will get world's first floating city by 2025. It is near Busan. Must have heard of this city by the name of the movie Train to Busan. Some of you must have watched that movie. Okay, so this will get the first floating city. The reason being, like the country is prone to a lot of floods. Okay, so this will be a sort of flood-proof thing. So it will be able to tolerate those rising tides, right? So that it does not get affected by floods. So that will be completed by 2025. So that will be the world's first floating city. Okay, Busan is not the name of city; it will be near Busan. All right. So list of first again, this could be something that is valuable for the examination. Okay. Okay, now this is important. As I said, we discussed yesterday also that Barbados, you should know the first president of Barbados, that's Sandra Mason. This became the newest republic. Okay, now this is something that is happening unique, right? You do not have any country becoming a republic very recently. So very likely that might be asked. So Barbados is a West Indian nation. Okay, and on 30th November 2021, it became the republic, and Sandra Mason became the first president of the country. UAE became the first country to transition to 4.5 day work week. Okay, so UAE, like I'll tell you some interesting fact about this. So from Monday to Thursday, now this is the entire country doing it, right? So the work timing is 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Interesting, isn't it? I would love to have this timing. And you start at 7:30, by 3:30 you are done, so that like you have the day to rest. And on Friday it will be like 7:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. So that is the official timing of this UAE. Okay. Okay, next is Malta. This also I think we discussed yesterday. Malta became also this in we discussed this in Mente quiz yesterday, that Malta became the first European nation to approve cannabis for personal use. Cannabis, you know this marijuana, right? It is illegal in most of the countries, right? So it became the first European nation to approve this for personal use. One wants to grow that, use it for personal purposes, some medicinal purposes, not for the drug purpose. They can use it. Apple, now this is something related to business as well. Apple becomes the first company to hit 3 trillion market cap, right? So most valued company in the world. Justice Aisha Malik will be Pakistan's first women Supreme Court judge. Maybe you might get question from it. Okay. Indonesia, it has named a new capital. That is, the name is Nusantara, and the current capital is Jakarta. So it will be replaced by this very soon. So they have named it. I think they are in the process of like maybe this month or the next month they will replace it by the name the city Nusantara. Russian, Chinese, and Iranian navies undertook a naval exercise Chiru 2Q22 in the Gulf of Oman. Okay, so China, Iran, and Russia. Chiru 22. North Korea successfully tested some Hwasong 12 ballistic missile. And so it's a powerful missile. It is capable for nuclear attacks. Okay. Uh, so that is another news which of importance, right? So I hope you are enjoying these facts, right? So these are some valuable things. If you just go through these, maybe something hits up and in the examination. These are some high probable things that you can encounter in the exam. Okay. All right. So let's move on to national affairs. So these saw some international things. Let's see what has happened in India also. Okay, so now Union Minister of Education, Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, he launched Nipun Bharat program. Okay, so they might ask you the full form. Now, in TISSNET, if I talk about government schemes are of importance. Okay, this is important for TISSNET because you know that it's Institute of Social Sciences. Okay, you may be targeting for HRM, but there are people who look for some, let's say something related to women rights. So there are multiple courses in distance. And the name itself suggests that it's for social science, right? They do ask these kind of questions. So government schemes are important. It could be in static also. So read about Indian government schemes, static as well as current affairs. Now, they might ask you the full form, that National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy. So, the aim of this program is every child in India should get foundational literacy and numeracy. This is called FLN, Foundation Literacy and Numeracy, so that they know how to read and write and do basic maths till the end of grade 3, whatever is taught till grade 3. So every child should be capable to do that thing. So it should be the target is by 2026 to 2027. So Nipun is the name, and the full form is National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and so there is a new union ministry that was formed, right? That is Union Ministry of Cooperation, headed by Amit Shah. So they might ask who is the head of this. It was formed recently, and it is basically to strengthen the cooperative movement in the country. Okay, now it was earlier in the Union Ministry of Agriculture. Now it is a separate ministry. Well, let's see the next thing. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launched Bheem UPI payment app in Bhutan. Okay, so India has good relations with neighboring countries. Now India's relations with neighbors, like what is happening with Bhutan, what is happening with Nepal, what is happening with Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, etc. Do read about all those things. Okay. Then Indian Institute of Heritage. I'm sure that it was asked in one of the examinations, in ZAT or in IFT. I think IFT2 again. IFT2, I mean the second slot of IFT, which was not taken by majority of the people. Majority appeared in the first slot. There were few people who appeared in the second one. So Indian Institute of Heritage, it was set up in Noida. It was asked in one of the exams. Then US-based Ohmium International, India's first green hydrogen electrolyzer unit at Bangalore. Okay, so list of first, even at global level and at Indian level, especially related to, like as I said, that energy and all these projects, right? These hold importance. Energy projects. Then you have like space missions. These are some things that are highly likely to be asked. Then Ministry of Road Transport introduced a new registration mark, BH series, right? That is Bharat series. Now this is for basically it applies to government employees. Okay. Then if someone is in defense forces, okay. Then you have like government employees. If you are in PSUs, that is a sort of this thing, or if you are in corporate with more than 4 states, or more than greater than equal to 4 states. So if you have office in 4 or more states, then you can get this type of vehicle registered Bharat series. So you know that whenever you register a vehicle in India, it is registered state wise. Okay. Now you cannot take that vehicle to another state for a long duration, right? So because you have to re-register that in another state, right? So now this is for the flexible movement, that these vehicles could go to any of the states without paying any taxes for that. Okay, so these are meant for defense personnels, government employees, people working in PSUs, or corporate employees with who have offices in more than 4 or more than uh, 4 states. Okay, so that is something of importance. Now, IMF, International Monetary Fund, they increased India's quota of special drawing rights. Okay, now it is SDR 1.366 billion. So that time it was equivalent to 19.41 billion. So the rate is about 1 SDR is equal to approximately equal to 1.4 USD. Okay, so that was the conversion that I checked. Maybe now that is the that is in SDR terms. If they ask that what was that increase to, this is the number. India became the first Asian nation to launch plastics pact. So that is India is trying to reduce the plastic consumption. Okay, and working on reuse of plastics. India is the first Asian nation for this plastics pact. Niti Aayog with Rocky Mountain Institute, they launched a campaign named Shunya to promote zero pollution delivery vehicles, working with consumers and industries. So they are collaborating with the major vehicle manufacturers like Tata, Mahindra, right, and others, and even like some partners like Swiggy and all that have these vendors, right? So in order to reduce this, so in order to promote electrical vehicles. Okay, so that is Shunya. It is for promoting zero pollution. So Shunya means zero. World's largest Khadi national flag was hoisted in Leh, in Ladakh, right? 225 feet and 150 feet wide. So you know that you have read 3:2 in your when you were at school. We used to be taught, right? It is 3:2. Okay, so that is this largest Khadi national flag. They might ask it at which place, right? So it was hoisted in Leh Ladakh. So there was an organization called Ordnance Factory Board (OFB). Okay, so now this got dismantled into 7 new PSUs. Now these are defense PSUs. They might ask you the name. Very unlikely they might ask you the name. They might ask you the number of PSUs and ask you about what is the full form of OFB, right? Ordnance Factory Board. So these are the 7 PSUs that have been formed with the dismantle of it, right? So on 1st October, this was dismantled and these came into existence on, I mean, the Prime Minister released them on 15th October, this thing, and 1st October, this thing happened, right? So it got dismantled and on 15th October, Prime Minister released the list of these PSUs, right? So if you want to memorize these names, well and good. So these are all defense-based PSUs. All right, let's see the next thing. Okay, so this Purvanchal Express was inaugurated in Sultanpur. So such kind of inaugurations, if Prime Minister does open something, right? So do read about this. So it is in Uttar Pradesh. India was re-elected to UNESCO Executive Board for 2021 to 25 term. So it's a 4-year term, okay, and India was re-elected for 21 to 25. Okay. PM has laid the foundation stone of Noida International Airport at Jewar. Okay, so you might be asked about this airport. Where is it located? So that is Jewar in Uttar Pradesh. It is close to Noida, like 70 kilometers from Delhi. Okay, or like you can call 50 kilometers from Noida, or maybe around 20-25 kilometers from Greater Noida. Okay, so that is the it is going to be Asia's largest airport, right? It is going to be operational by September 24. So they might ask that where is India's, of course, if it is Asia's largest, it will obviously be India's largest as well, right? Once it is developed, okay, it will take time to develop. It will start its operation by September 2024, but it will take approximately 30 years for its full-fledged development. Okay, so maybe approximately 30 years. By 2050, it will be the fourth largest airport in the world. Okay, and it is being developed by Zurich International Airport. Okay, so they are assisting in the development of this, located in Jewar. India and Bangladesh celebrated Maitri Divas on 6th December. Okay, so Bangladesh had its, now read about India-Bangladesh relations. The reason of importance is, right, Bangladesh got liberated in 1971. Okay, so 1971 to 2021, it is 50th anniversary of Bangladesh liberation, right? Now, actually, it was basically Bangladesh got liberated on 16th December 1971, but India approved the formation of Bangladesh 10 days in advance, right? So India was the first country to support Bangladesh at that stage, right? So on 6th December, uh, like I'll tell you the reason why it is observed on 6th and not on 16th, because on 6th December, India approved the formation of Bangladesh, right? 10 days before it was actually formed, right? So that is why India has had good relations with Bangladesh. So they decided to celebrate Maitri Divas. So Maitri means friendship day between the two countries. The government of India, you must have heard of this, right? Legal age of marriage for women, 18 to 21 years. Again, something related to social sciences, right? So was it new? So I hope everyone knows this fact. Again, PM laid the foundation of Major Dhyanchand Sports University in Meerut. Okay, so uh, might be asked because India did excellent in sports this year, so you can expect questions related to sports persons or even such kind of facts. So it will have a capacity of training 1080 sports persons, 540 male and 540 female sports persons. Okay, then PM also inaugurated a statue of Ramanujacharya in Hyderabad to celebrate 1000th birth anniversary of the saint. Okay, so they might ask about where is this statue, right? They might such things. They might ask about location. They might ask about the location of this. They might ask about the location of Major Dhyan Chand Sports University. Again, this PM keeps unveiling things. Right? So do go through all this important news. Right? So hologram statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose at India Gate was launched. Right. So it is 28 feet tall and 6 feet wide. Okay, like it's a hologram statue, and soon a statue would be created in that place, right? So at India Gate. So on Parakram Divas, which is observed on 23rd January. Okay, now it is his birth anniversary. Okay, so that is another news. Right. Okay. So we have gone through some of the facts. Right. These were some important news of importance at national and international level. So let's have a short quiz. Right. So I hope you enjoyed these facts. So please do like the session. Okay, so let's have a quick quiz and see that how much you remember from these facts. Okay. Are you ready for it? Shall we revise some questions out of these things? I've just kept just around 10 questions, and let's see how good is your retention power. All these questions will be asked from the things that we discussed just now. All right, so let's see the first question. Which of the following organizations created a new advisory group named SAGO? Who created SAGO? And if you remember the full form, also good. IMF, WHO, World Bank, UNICEF. So these kind of questions you can expect in the examination. Right. So I'm just testing your memory retention power. All of you got it right. So WHO, right? So that is scientific advisory group, right? So scientific advisory group for origin. So SAGO is this of novel pathogens. Okay, so all this these kind of diseases, right, which have some novel diseases, so they would be studying this. So launched by WHO. Good. Here's the next question. World's first fossil-free steel manufactured in which country? This also we discussed. So fossil-free steel, it is using some hydrogen technology, some hydrogen iron, like it's used some hydrogen iron technology that is being used, right? So it was manufactured by Sweden. Correct. Which of the following countries became the ninth member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization? Right. So of course, the name itself is Shanghai. So here the headquarters is in Shanghai. Right. There's no point in guessing that. So there is a ninth member which was included in this. Which is that country? Egypt, UAE, Saudi Arabia, or Iran? This is also we just discussed. Yes, the right answer is Iran. Okay, so Iran became the ninth member of this organization. Which is world's first company to hit $3 trillion market cap? Microsoft, Facebook, Apple, or Amazon? AJ is posting the map, the flag of the country. Interesting. Would that the flag also, or is it some feature? Okay, of course there will be some feature to add the flag of that country. First country to hit $3 trillion market cap. And many countries do not have this much of economy as well. India's economy is also equal to this, right? So that is Apple. You can imagine that this is the size of the company equivalent to India's economy, Apple company. And how many of you have Apple phones? You are contributing to the size of this company. Okay. What is the new capital of Indonesia? So earlier it was Jakarta, that you must have studied. Now it is being changed to another city. Which of these cities will be the new capital of Indonesia? Right? Yes, the right answer is Nusantara. Okay, maybe you did not hear these names, but yes, it's good to remember these facts because, like in examinations, such things might be asked. In which of the following countries was Bheem UPI app launched by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman? So this was in Bhutan. Okay. Now do read about India's relations with these countries, like Maitri Divas observed with Bangladesh. This thing happened with Bhutan, right? Some bridges being built between these countries, like that Feni bridge between India and Bangladesh. Yes, how many PSUs were recently carved out of the Ordnance Factory Board? We just discussed this about this. Very unlikely that you will get the names. Just read through those names. Maybe they might ask that which of the following is one of the PS. Yeah, I think Nepal has already. I mean, that was long back, right? So that might not be a very appropriate question, the one which was asked previously, because Nepal also has this Bhim thing. Okay, so now Bhutan has also been added. Okay, so there are 7 PSUs. Names, if you want to read, you can just those. Okay, when was Maitri Divas observed by India and Bangladesh? In the year 2021, of course. 16th, 11th, 8th, or 6th December. And I told you the reason also. So India, Bangladesh, read what have been the relations between them. I mean, it is important for your GDPI as well. Okay, when they ask about things related to international affairs, that is of something which is which holds importance. Okay, so no, it was not on 16th December. I told you it was on 6th December. Okay, Maitri Divas was observed on 6th December. This is the Liberation Day. Okay, so on 16 December 1971, Bangladesh came into existence. And so it was this day, but 10 days in advance. I told you that India had good relations with Bangladesh, and it was the first country to approve Bangladesh. Right, so that was on 6th December. So on that day was observed. Where did the Prime Minister lay the foundation stone of Major Dhyan Chand Sports University? If this university functions properly, let's anticipate some more sports persons bringing laurels to the country. Hyderabad, Gurugram, Meerut, or Lucknow. Yeah, Vijay Divas is on 16th. Yeah, Maitri Divas is on 6th, Vijay Divas is on 16th December. Right, so yes, this Major Dhyan Chand Sports University has been inaugurated in Meerut. Okay. What is the registration mark for the new multi-state vehicles approved by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways? Multi-state vehicles, right? So you can go to different states, provided you are a government employee or you work with PSUs, defense personnel, or a person working in having offices in 4 or more states or union territories, states slash union. Okay, so it is Bharat series. Okay, so then if you want to see the nomenclature, so it will be year in which the vehicle was registered, then BH, okay, then 4-digit number, that is the year. This is 0002 triple nine, a 4-digit number, and then there will be two letters, alpha and beta. They ZZ. So that will be the nomenclature also, right? If you are interested in knowing the nomenclature, they won't ask for the nomenclature. They might ask the what is the new series. So that is Bharat series. So year, like you have that state and those, right? You have state and then 2-digit number for the district, and then like 4-digit number. And if it is exceeds, you have a letter also, right? So here you have the year BH, a 4-digit number, and the letters like AA to ZZ. So that will be the nomenclature of these vehicles. Okay. All right. So that was something for today. We discussed national and international affairs in today's session. Right. I hope you found these things useful and valuable. And let's see that how many of these things come up in the examination. All right. So see, current affairs, like having said that, general aware is very random, but current affairs, some things can be predicted. You know that these are the kind of things, if you go through past papers of different examinations, you understand that these are the things that they focus on. So if you read relevant stuff, you have higher chance of that the yield will be high. Okay, so you do have questions from uh, 1 year back, but very few questions, mostly for the past 6 months. Okay. All right. So we have 2 more sessions to go. Tomorrow also we'll have a session on current affairs. We will discuss some more things. All right. Okay. So that's it. So how many questions from starting and current affairs? I would say that around 20 to 25 would be static. Mostly it is static. There are like rest would be current affairs, but it is mostly static. Okay, and starting also, I told you some categories like history, geography, uh, some basic polity related to some like media, like things related to movies, business and economy, right? Sports, like sport related terms. For example, in last to last year, they asked that in which sport you have the term called agriculture short, that is in cricket. So like this, there are some topics which we already talked about, that what are the important things that you should read. All right, so thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this. So please do like the session. And tomorrow also we will meet at 7 p.m. wherein we'll discuss some more facts that will give you a brief summary of some current affair events for the past 6 months, and hopefully you get something valuable out of it. Okay. So thanks for watching the video. Have a great night. Goodbye.